Let us begin the session. And hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Ayush Pandey, and welcome to this interesting course on fellowship in diabetology. And we'll be starting this course, or we'll be starting our first session with the very basics of the definition or introduction. What exactly is the diabetes, and how, over a period of time, this diabetes has evolved going back to the 200 300 years back. We'll be discussing some of the important definitions that are being related to the diabetes and epidemiology of the diabetes. Recent years and in the recent times also, India has been declared as the diabetic capital of the world. We see every second or third person is either a pre-diabetic state or has diabetes or at the verge of getting a diabetes. So in the recent decades, we have seen that diabetes has emerged as the global public health concern, and it has affected each and every population of the society, whether it is rural population, urban population, rich, poor. And why this has been occurring, why this is being there? Because of the unhealthy lifestyle which we follow. So too much emptying of urine was there seen, and it was the hallmark, one of the hallmark symptoms of diabetes till today. So ancient physicians gave, remedies like, fruit, honey, wheat grains, because they still don't know what exactly is the cause of this disease. Then Indian subcontinent, Ayurveda came, particularly in during the Ayurveda, Shushruta and Charak, and they gave the name of diabetes as Madhume. Fasting means the patient has to be NPO for at least 8 to 10 hours minimum. So he consumes the meal in the night, maybe 9 or 10 p.m. And that morning 6 a.m. that sugar sample is being collected. So if that fasting plasma glucose is greater than or equal to 126, it is a diabetes. 2-hour plasma glucose greater than 200. So how exactly it is being done? So a fasting blood plasma glucose is being taken after a fasting of 8 hours, and then the patient is given a 75-gram oral glucose to drink. And after 2 hours of drinking that 75 gram of oral glucose, again the sample is being calculated. And even after the 2 hours, if this glucose levels is greater than 200, that means the patient can be diabetic. HbA1c again greater than equal to 6.5 is diabetes. And any random plasma glucose greater than equal to 200 at any point of time, and if the patient also presents with excessive thirst, excessive urination, unexplained weight loss, polyphagia, polyuria, polydipsia, excessive eating, so it can indicate a diabetes. What if we see if we can control this 12% and if we can utilize it for the food, for the safety, for the home of the poor, needy people? But again, it is very tragic to see. So projections, again, as we said, this number is expected to rise by 853 million in 2050. So if we talk about the concentration, 81% of the people live in low and middle income countries. And this is increasing, where there is urbanization, sedentary lifestyle. Historically, very prevalence was seen in Middle East, North Africa, some parts of Asia, Caribbean islands. But again, now it is everywhere. In each and every younger people, it is driven by the rise of obesity, overweight, unhealthy lifestyle, sedentary lifestyles, and there is a gap in the diagnosis and timely treatment. So if this gap is been fulfilled, this avoidable death, disability can still be prevented. So urgent prevention, equitable access to basic diabetes care are essential to, reverse or to turn the tide. Do we have any questions?
Sir,
Yes.
good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, you said the set of tests, right, to be done in what you call diabetes. In that, can't we include the fasting insulin or the fasting postprandial insulin? Is that won't come under the diagnostic criteria?
See, as per the latest guidelines, which has been given by the International Diabetes Federation or the American, Diabetes Association, they haven't included that test. And the important part, if you say these tests are not accessible at each and every places of the population or each and every sectorals of the hospital. It can definitely be done, but again, for the gold standard or for the specific guidelines per se, these are the 3 and 4 tests which are being, mentioned even in the standard guidelines. So you have to see that test, which is, not only, of course, the people can definitely afford expensive tests, but you have to see that it is accessible, it is equitable, and it is being spread to the each and every sector of the society. So these tests are, handy. This can be even some of the tests like fasting glucose can be done at the home also. So these easy mode of testing has to be looked into. But again, as you said, that can be done. But again, it is not included in the standard guidelines per se. Okay, then we'll wind up the session. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.